Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of my Dragon Age lore run. Last time we went through the Dwarf Noble Origins story a little bit. Uh, Learned some about Orzamar's history and the Dwarf Noble in general, and about the Darkspawn and the Wardens and all that. So now we're going to continue. Hopefully I fixed my audio issue, because I noticed the music was very loud last time and you could barely hear me, so let's see how this goes now. Alright, what were we doing? I think we finished the proving or whatever, the Colosseum. Um, and we have to go back to the Noble Feast. I've been declared, yeah. So, let's head back to, I guess, our, the place, to, wherever it is. I fixed the really fast running issue too. It was one of the mods. I had to delete a file, but that was about it. So it was a pretty easy fix, honestly. What is that? That happened last time too. I don't know. Something weird with loading in. Let's see. Let's head into here. There's some stuff happening with the textures right now.
Those Grey Wardens are quite impressive, aren't they?
Don't know why.
Look, my lord, I do. Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Of course, Lord Dace.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
What cause?
I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be castless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice?
What do you need me to do?
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Okay. Simple enough.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did.
Excuse me?
Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
If you have something to say, do so.
If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster.
This is his play to recover some losses?
Clever child. Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Dukin.
If the surface dwellers return to their noble houses...
You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacers' kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
I think standing up for the surfacers is the right thing to do.
The Surface Caste gave up their noble ties willingly, generations ago. Will you humiliate your house and your father for them?
I'll think about it.
Well, don't think too long.
See, everyone's always scheming in these, and my guy doesn't really care. We'll talk to him.
You return. Were my instructions unclear?
I've spoken to Lady Helmi.
And what did she have to say?
She said my house would suffer from your plan.
I see. Some preposterous story, I'm sure.
Your plan would have forced my house to pay surface debts.
I suppose it could. I mean, well, it's the spirit of the law that's important, right? Our poor, disenfranchised service brothers. Well played, Your Highness. Welcome to Assembly politics. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Goodbye.
You haven't made a friend here today.
Man, I don't care.
Greetings, my lord Idukan. It is an honor to meet you at last.
The honor is mine, Warden.
I have had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
My father does me great honor.
I have no doubt it is deserved. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
I do not know as much as I should about the Grey Wardens.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know?
Are there many people in the Grey Wardens?
Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn.
Could I join the Grey Wardens and still stay in Orzammar?
I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the human king gathers his armies to face the blight.
What does the joining entail?
Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn.
I'm an Iduk, and Orzammar needs me here.
Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
New codex. A bunch of new codexes. What do we got? Oh, we got so many. Alright, the Proving. Velis Atreidim, in the 23rd year of the reign of King Ragnan Idukan, an old man of the servant caste, was accused of stealing a sapphire ring from his employer, Lord Dace. The servant was stripped of his position, and he and his family thrown to the streets, and soon after the servant died. The son of the disgraced servant challenged Lord Dace to a proving, declaring that his father had been the victim of a cruel injustice, and the ancestors would bear him witness. Lord Dace had no choice but to accept. On the sacred stone of the proving ground, the nobleman faced the servant boy. Lord Dace carried a sword crafted for his own hand and was clad in his great-grandfather's armor. The servant boy had neither armor nor weapon. When the battle began, the boy fought like a whole pack of angry deepstalkers, flinging himself upon the startled lord, wrenching the sword from his hand and prying at his armor with bare fingers. The boy knocked Lord Dace to the ground and beat him until the lord begged for mercy. The boy and his family were reinstated to their place in the Dace household, and the virtue of the boy's father was not questioned again. The ancestors had spoken, and no one would question their word. Shaper Vortag. That's pretty interesting. A lot of the lore and origins, though, I will say, gets overwritten or just tossed to the side. But we'll still learn about it. It's still good to know. The Grey Wardens. The first blight had already raged for 90 years. The world was in chaos. A god had risen, twisted and corrupted. The remaining gods of Tevinter were silent, withdrawn. What writing we have recovered from those times is filled with despair, for everyone believed, from the greatest archons to the lowliest slaves, that the world was coming to an end. At Weishaupt Fortress in the desolate Enderfels, a meeting transpired. Soldiers of the Imperium, seasoned veterans who had known nothing their entire lifespans except hopeless war, came together. When they left Weishaupt, they had recounted their oaths to the Imperium. They were soldiers no longer. They were Grey Wardens. The Wardens began an aggressive campaign against the Blight, striking back against the Darkspawn, reclaiming lands given up for lost. The Blight was far from over, but their victories brought notice, and soon they received aid from every nation in Thedas. They grew in numbers as well as reputation. Finally, in the year 992 of the Tevinter Imperium, upon the Silent Plains, they met the Archdemon Dumas in battle. A third of all armies of northern Thedas were lost to the fighting, but Dumas fell and the Darkspawn fled from back underground. Even that was not the end. The Imperium once revered 7 gods: Dumas, Zazakel, Toth, Enderal, Razakel, Lusacan, and Earthamiel. Botched some of those names, but 4 have risen as archdemons. The Grey Wardens have kept watch, though. Watch through the ages, well aware that peace is fleeting, and that their war continues until the last Dragon Gods is done. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Pitrine, Chantry Scholar. Now that one has a lot of lore in it. Basically, the Wardens becoming Wardens because these old gods keep rising, and every time there's a new old god, there's a new blight. The old gods were like twisted and corrupted. I think they were, Tevinter gods, maybe? Yeah, so they came up, and each blight has came along with an archdemon. Very cool. This is why I love Dragon Age, such rich lore. The blights. My dear Annika, I would not worry about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest Tig. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy's strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before, beyond destroying everything in their path. For weeks their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk that perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong. For today we came upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Annika. I have never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng a great beast, as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. A paragon of darkspawn, perhaps, for they seemed to pay in difference. To pay it deference. Deference? They were leaving, marching forward the mine they were leaving, marching forward the mine shafts which lead to the surface. But I knew when I beheld them that once they have devoured what lies above us, they will be back. From the letters of Paragon Iduken. Alright. Nice. We got a character codex. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Warden sacrificed everything to stem the tides of darkness, and prevailed. Like many others, Duncan gave up his family name when he joined the ranks of the Wardens, a symbolic gesture of cutting ties. He may say this was a convenience in his case. However, his mother was from the Enderfels, his father from Tevinter. His childhood was spent in the free marches and Orlais. His people were everywhere, and his homeland was nowhere. He was given the almost impossible task of leading the Wardens to Ferelden, a kingdom that had thrown the Order out 200 years earlier. Facing local suspicion and hostility, he set about finding recruits. So a lot of Duncan's backstory is in the novels, I believe. So you learn a lot about him in those. More than what you do in the game. All right, let's continue on.
My king, please reconsider. The trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Shirak will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses?
Of course, Father.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better? No? Very well then. The ritual is complete. I give you Orzammar's next commander.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the Provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
Of course, Father.
Walk well, Commander.
Okay. So, we are now the commander of Orzammar.
Your father is very proud of you. Congratulations.
Good luck to you tomorrow.
Alright. I don't think there's anything else for us to do here, so... I'm still trying to figure out what's best, if I should read the codexes when I get them, or at the end. Because I know probably some people don't want to hear the codexes, maybe. So it'll be like an at the end thing, so we can just get them all out. I don't know, let me know if you want to wait till the end, or just do it while I get them.
Your Highness, what a surprise. I apologize if we are in your way.
You ain't in my way, I'm just looking around. Leather helm. Guess I'll put it on. Alright, let's see if we can't find our brother Trian. Where's he at? Okay, it's all the way over there. Let's head on over. See, I wish there was like a toggle for that fast run. I didn't want to have it all the time because it was kind of too much, but at some points, you know, you kind of need it. There's a lot of walking in this game.
Good day, Lord Idukan.
Hey, brothers.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our king father?
Father wants to see you, Trian.
Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves.
Well, he's our elder brother, I suppose. Nah, I agree.
And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him.
You sound serious, Balin.
Unfortunately, I am. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
What? How do you know?
I overheard him giving orders to some of his men, and I was shocked. Then it began to make sense. Trian's decided you're a threat to his taking the throne. Maybe he's right.
How am I a threat to Trian?
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince.
So Trian thinks the Assembly would prefer me?
Look at it from his perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside.
Now, what's your angle in this?
It seems Trian has shown that brothers can't always be trusted. I am next in line. If Trian succeeds in his plot against you, how long do you think I'll live?
Gorm, what do you say?
Permission to speak freely?
Of course, my friend.
Trian would make a terrible king, but no one wants to say it. He has just enough backing in the Assembly to make it ugly when your father dies, but not enough to become king. Killing him now makes your house stronger and saves a great deal of bloodshed later.
Say this politics shit. No, I won't fight a brother.
You're my elder. I'll respect any decision you make, but please be careful. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like.
That's so, like, shitty, man. I mean, Trian doesn't seem, like, horrible. Of course he talks down, but he hasn't done, like, anything crazy bad. I'm glad for your concern, Balin. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramond. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come then! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Haramond and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a Taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the Paragon Idukan remains in that Taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
What else is in the time?
My father's writings speak only of the shield. There may be countless other treasures, but only the shield matters.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Meet the scouts, find the door, grab the shield, got it.
Very good. The crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Iduken.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
He looked kind of sad at the end there. Alright, let's go. Let's go find this shield. Is the textures messed up? Whoa. Yeah, something's going on. Oh my god, hang on. Let me see if I can fix this.
As you said.
Got him! Got him! Nice. Yeah, I remember saying I don't like the combat that much, but, you know, it's not too bad so far. I think we're all warriors. Yeah. Can't open any locked chests. Maybe I should have got the bust open the lock thing, because the hell? There just seems to be so many chests that are locked, and if you're not a rogue, you just can't open them. Interesting. I wonder if they just didn't think about that or what. I'm turned around, holy shit. Maybe not. I think this is a new path.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure.
I'm not that easy to kill.
And I'll make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful.
I thought these tunnels were mostly abandoned.
Well, abandoned isn't vacant, apparently. Still, 2 months ago we couldn't get within a mile of this place.
Ooh.
I'll follow your lead, Commander.
He's got a nasty lip. He must be rogue, right? Yeah, so he can open... Okay, so they did think about it. They gave you rogue. Thought maybe they just didn't give you rogue at all. But they did. Ooh, achievement. Lockpicker. What did I get in that? Let me see. I don't think there's anything important really, so. It was green. Maybe it was that. I don't think I can do these yet. Anyway, let's keep moving. Ranked creatures. Oh, okay, yeah. the like I think yellow names and stuff for like higher ranking creatures. I probably should have saved for this fight. Uh-oh. That guy's dead. We need to kill these archers.
Oh god.
Okay. Yeah. I need to be more tactical. Yet. Hey, I made it back. I made sure to save before going here this time. And now I'm going to hopefully be more tactical than last. We don't need to focus the big guy. Okay. Guess we can focus this guy.
I am ready. Very well.
Okay, now. You guys go over here.
Point me in the right direction.
I'm still getting ripped up. Okay then. Third time's the charm, I guess. This game is pretty tough. Let's go for these guys. Get it bricked up. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're doing good, we're doing good. Oh, they killed that guy, nice. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That was pretty tough, and that is the, not even
I shall do it.
later encounter. Wait, what? I don't unlock that. Alright. Let's move on. Going to save it after that.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
They had to have an Idukan signet ring to get in.
It could have been stolen. Recently, or generations back. Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
We'll see it soon enough.
Understood. Let's move, men.
Watch the Darkspawn. Dead dwarves. Something's weird's going on.
So glad you could finally join us. We feared you'd gotten eaten by Darkspawn. Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I won't mutilate your body so bad your father doesn't recognize you.
Shield's a metaphor, it's in the song. Who are you? How did you get in here?
I'm your better, that's who. And as to how I got in, that's a question you'll have to ask the stone after I butcher you. Now where's the shield?
Persuade. Yeah, here we go. Tell me how you got in. I'll tell you where the shield is.
Bit for bite, huh? Both of us banking on killing the other and losing nothing by the telling? Very well. One of Prince Trian's men brought me this ring. It opened the door just fine. Now where is the sodding shield?
I'll whisper it to your corpse.
Just kill them, boys. We'll find this shield on our own.
Watch your step. This might be a trap.
You want to go after him first because he's an archer? Oh, this time.
I'm going to make this work.
Go after the lesser guys. Ooh. Alright, nice. Let's kill this guy, get him out of the way. Oh. Oh my. Shot me in the face with a ballista.
We're coming for you! Quickly, we must fight!
Is that really Trian's signet ring?
This may not mean
Or it
anything.
may be a warning for us to keep our guard up.
Caution is always a good idea.
Agreed. Now perhaps we should find the shield.
As you say,
Something strange is going on
I
with
shall do it.
the brothers and the dwarven politics. Let's see if we can equip any of this. Dwarven war axe seems pretty good. I put him both hands. Oh, it's a main hand. Okay. I might honestly switch to two-handed. I don't know if you can go back on your skills or not,
This might be a trap.
but we'll see.
Be careful. Watch your step. This might be a trap.
Nice. Let's get into this tide.
Very well.
This is the room. How do we get the shield?
Look around. There must be a clue.
You two, see if you can spot anything. These tiles are different from the others.
I just heard him say that, so... Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think we gotta, if I remember correctly, we gotta put these three guys on these stones. And then You bastard. Gorm. Now I do it. There it is.
That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much. The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the shield of Iduken.
It's a symbol, that's all.
If it helps rally the troops, it's a good thing.
Enough talk. Where's this rendezvous point?
Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Yeah, I can't equip that. It's like 33... Where's it at? Is it a quest item? Okay, it is, yeah. Damn.
Did you hear that? Could be more of those
Uh-oh.
mercenaries.
I hope it's saved just in case.
Away with you! Come, let us end this! For the fools, as you say. You asked for it!
Yeah. And it's making some noises.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here.
I'm ready for anything.
What's that you're muttering about?
Family business.
All right, then.
What was that? It just all screamed at once. Here we go. Going to save just in case.
By the stone, it's Trian.
It must have been a darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like Darkspawn. No bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Well, it wasn't Trian. I'm gonna say Balin outplayed me.
Your brother?
Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Balin was right.
My son, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
It's not, I assure you.
He killed Trian, just as Trian said he would.
My lord is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lord Iduken came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, he ordered us to attack.
You will let this man question my honor?
It is a valid question. The man is lowborn and could easily be bought.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lord stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard! Silence, Gorham. Do you have anything else to say, my son?
Can you not see that this is a setup?
I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind him. He will be judged before the Assembly. To Orzammar.
There it is, the betrayal. Okay. Leveled up. Do some cunning and some strength. Maybe more strength than cunning. I might keep going with dual striking. See if it's good. Alright, now we're in exile. We have to get out of here.
You've got 10 minutes, sir. Orders and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please?
Yes, sir.
Gorham.
I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you?
I'm fine, Gorham. You?
I could be better. I have bad news, though. The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years.
So now Balin will be king when my father dies.
I'm afraid so. Some of the lords, especially Harrowmont, are suspicious of Balin's instant rise to power. They are rallying, but far too slowly. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us.
What's going to happen to you?
My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed.
What does my father say about this?
Lord Harrowmont says the king is taken ill. He couldn't bear losing 2 of his children at once. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan.
That's all the chances I need.
Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up.
The same to you, my friend.
I will always be your man, my Lord Iduken.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
You call this justice?
I would have prevented it if I could. Everyone should have the right to face his accuser and defend himself. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake.
I didn't kill Trian.
I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies.
How is my father?
He is old and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth.
tell my father I went to a warrior's death.
I will. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
Alright. We have lost everything. Can't even dual wield because I don't have an off end.
It has begun.
Web.
I shall.
Ooh. Damn, he's on his. He doesn't have any fucking shoes either. Ow.
Don't be a fool.
Oh my god, I'm missing.
Shall be done.
Nice. There we go. Can't get down from here. Dang. More chests that are locked. See, that right there you just can't get unless you're a rogue, I think. So. Deep stalkers. Bruh. Ain't get off of me!
Very well.
Dude, and webbed right after? I bet this, this part would be a nightmare on nightmare. Get it? Bruh. Oops. Oh. Ooh, okay. Not enough strength. Let me save. I think that might be the right way. I want to see what's over here first. Gotta explore everything. Oh my god, yeah. They're fucking me up. Wow. Okay. Let's try that again. Dang. That is hard. Dude. Okay. One more time, one more time. This is bringing back memories, I think. This part is, like, really hard. I'm gonna try to go after the leader first this time. Dude! Wow! Okay, let's try to do it with the shield. This is the last time if I die. I guess I'm dead and won't try it again. Dude. Wow. That's crazy, man. Now I kind of want to just do it. I don't know. I'll try it again. Oh! Okay. There we go. Equipping that sword did a lot. Dang, that was so much easier. What the hell? Probably wasn't even worth it. I mean, got boots. Got dwarven armor. Guess it's alright. That was tough. That right there on Nightmare? Holy shit. I don't even know if anyone could do that. I don't know if you have done it, I mean, let me know, but you'd have to be really tactical or know the ins and outs of the combat and whatever class is strongest early or something.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lord Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops?
It's good to see you again, Duncan.
And you as well. Although I'm still filled with questions, such as why are you here in these tunnels alone? May I ask what happened?
Balin has betrayed me.
Ah, you have been made to walk the deep roads, then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend.
I was betrayed by my brother.
Lord Trian?
No, Balin. Trian is dead.
I see. The brutal intrigue of the Dwarven court continues then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You've already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. I've been searching for those with your level of ability, Your exploits in the Deep Road set you apart. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
I would be honored.
Then welcome. We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Cailan. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
We made
will
it
be
out.
Traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect
a royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
This is another character that is, in the novels, King Cailan, very integral to the Origins plot, and Ferelden as a whole, the king. I'm Aldrich, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
Leaving Orzammar wasn't my idea, really.
Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
If Your Majesty wishes.
I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
I'm his son, and he was fine when I last saw him.
Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
He didn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously.
True. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Then maybe we should move quickly.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
What do you mean, what ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
I shouldn't have asked that. He already asked that back at the thing, but it's alright. What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Alright. We did it. Well, I think we're going to end it there for today. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked it. If you didn't, dislike it. Leave a comment for any suggestions or other games you think I should play. Other than that, Dar es Shiral.